that's gonna have like the NES emulations on it.
Yes. Okay. Let's just jump right into that right now.
Let's do it. Good topic. All right. On to the next thing.
There I go with those I'm still saying Yeah,
that's cool,
God
dude.
damn it. Okay.
So it's called the NES Classic Addiction. And that's basically what it was for me. I used to just be addicted to that NES Classic.
But wait, it's... Okay, so yeah, it's not out yet. You have to wait November 11th.
Is that what it is?
Oof. Jeez.
That's like months from now.
That is a couple months. The cool thing is, it has all of these games on it that just comes with it.
Yes, it's preloaded with, I think, about 60, or what is it? No, 60 is how much it costs. $60 for well over $60 worth of games is basically how they're running it. Like, even if you were to buy these on Virtual Console, you'd be spending a heck of a lot more than $60. And then it comes with, like, you know, the old retro NES paddles is what they used to call them, the controllers. So, I mean, you're getting the authentic feel on the authentic-ish system. Plus, it looks cute as heck. I mean, it's like probably a fifth of the size of the original NES, but it still has like the little flappy door and the lights, and oh, it's so cute.
Yeah, it looks like the old toaster. But the controller isn't... It looks like the classic controller, but they're not actually the classic controllers.
Go on.
They look like the things that you plug into like a Wii remote.
Oh, okay, so you're talking about the input.
Yes. The input is like a Wii remote attachment.
Well, yeah, you can use the Wii Classic controller, but you can also use the original... I mean, not the official original paddles for the NES, but they come with, like, knockoff versions of it.
Right.
So, I mean, you can use the NES or the controller classic Wii U controllers as well, but you can also, like, for $10 buy ones that look like the original ones. And, you know, it's just the feeling, really. Very crisp, very simple.
It comes with
NES.
an HDMI cable.
Yeah, so it plugs in via HDMI, which is really nice. Some TVs don't have composite input anymore, so they decided to just cut that right off at its knees and, you know, just go straight up HDMI. Simple sound, video, bam. Enough people have digital TVs this day that they're not really trimming their audience too much. You know, the thing that sucks about it, I'm not really seeing a way for them to add more games to it, which, to be honest, there is hundreds and hundreds of hours worth of content on here, and for $60, which is basically the cost of a, you know, grade A quality game these days, you're getting, you know, hundreds of hours of varied multiplayer and single player action. So I'm really liking the value of this. And I mean, just looking at some of these titles, I mean, Legend of Zelda, all the 3 original Mario Brothers that were on the NES, like Contra, Super C, Metroid, Mega Man, Kirby's Adventures. Like, if you really want to go hardcore, you can play some Kid Icarus and get
Ninja Gaiden.
Yeah.
Dude.
Oh, yeah, that's hardcore, too.
Ninja
they don't
Gaiden.
have the second one, do they?
No.
They don't. All right, so
I almost beat that. Did I ever tell you that? I almost beat it without save states.
Without save states. That's the important part. Yeah, I've not tried it without save states. I got about halfway through with them and, you know, kind of eventually fell off the earth with that. But some of these I have beaten. Like, I'm seeing Double Dragon 2 The Revenge, which I'm happy. They don't have the original Double Dragon, but original Double Dragon wasn't really that good anyway.
Yeah.
What is this? This is Donkey Kong and Donkey Kong Jr.
Castlevania 2.
Oh,
Simon's
yeah.
Quest.
People can try to trudge their way through that. Bubble Bobble, like some of these are like replayable games as well. They're not really story, so that's kind of nice. Like Dr. Mario.
You know what though? Like they probably could, if they made it like an SD card system. You probably could be able to like let's say if you downloaded stuff from the Virtual Console on like the Wii or Wii U. You should be able to put that on an SD card and play it on here.
And unfortunately, I didn't include that. Most likely for the reason that too many people would hack it and, you know, do that illegally. So even just opening up that port would probably lead to them... I mean, you know what they're probably going to end up doing? Releasing an NES Classic 2 with all the things they omitted from the first one. I mean, that would just be a good business move on their on their end.
I think they might also be doing this for the Super Nintendo as well.
They should eventually. I mean, in all honesty, it's not that expensive to make a standalone console like this, and they already own all the rights for most of the games. So, and that's what I was wondering about too, because they do have some, like Namco games like Pac-Man, and Capcom owns Mega Man 2. Like, I don't know if they had to pay extra for that, or if Nintendo kind of just snaked their way into using those. But I'm really happy that they included them, basically.
Yeah.
Because I know Sega did a similar thing to this with all their old games. Like, they would just reissue consoles that had just plug and play and had all the original games, like a lot of the good original games in it, but they really didn't used to have like third-party support. You kind of can only really play the ones that they developed. And,
right.
Nintendo's going the extra mile, and I really appreciate that.
I hope they do something like this. Like, wouldn't that be cool if they did this for like the N64 or something?
That would be pretty intense. I mean, especially
it seems like a lot to do.
Because like these older games, there are emulators that have like network play, which people really like to do, like being able to play, classic Super Mario World with someone across their freaking world. But I mean, once you get into the more complicated games, like the ones on the N64, I'd really like it if they made those, like basically being able to play like GoldenEye with 4 players, LAN, or not LAN, but over the internet. I mean, like I feel like there's a potential crowd for that. People will be able to relive that, even though
shit, I'd do that.
Yeah, totally, and that's what I'm saying. Like they could really capitalize on this reissuing of emulation legally, because I mean, like I said, there's so